One more spot remains in this summer's Copa America 2024, and the latest edition of an epic Central American rivalry will determine who gets it. It's Costa Rica and Honduras, with the winner earning one of the biggest victories in the history of this Clásico Centroamericano, and the losing side eliminated. The stakes don't get much higher. We can't wait to see what happens next. I'm Donnie Barnes. We'll see the weather conditions in Frisco today. Pleasant temperatures. We've had sunshine all day long. And a great crowd, a sellout crowd for the second of these two Copa America play-in matches. Earlier today, Canada advanced with a 2-0 win against Trinidad. You see the Costa Rica locker room ready for their team. Costa Rica got here by receiving a bye to the quarterfinals of this competition thanks to their Concacaf rankings at the start of this Nations League season back in October. They were one of 4 seeded teams to do so, and they faced Panama in the quarterfinal. It did not go well for Costa Rica. They were beaten 3-0 at home and 3-1 away for a 6-1 aggregate defeat, with Panama earning the automatic Copa bid and a trip to the Nations League semifinal and dropping Costa Rica into this play-in match. Honduras finished runner-up in Group B. They advanced to face Mexico in the quarterfinal, and they were very unfortunate not to win that tie and qualify for the semifinals and for Copa America automatically. They won the first leg 2-0 in a hugely impressive performance in Tegucigalpa. And then they were seconds away from holding on to that lead in the second leg in Mexico City before a Mexico goal in the 12th minute of second half stoppage time sent the tie to extra time and penalties, where Mexico eventually emerged as the winners. And so those results put Costa Rica and Honduras on a collision course for this final berth in Copa America, and it's led them to this historic showdown this evening. Costa Rica has had 5 Copa America participations, all of them by invite. Their last was in 2016 when they finished 3rd in their group, losing to the U.S. They defeated Colombia. They drew with Paraguay. Honduras had been invited once to participate in Copa America. That was in 2001, where they had a very strong showing and finished in 3rd place. This is the first time, however, that either of these sides has had the chance to actually qualify for the tournament, and it's a chance they are both determined to take. We will begin our journey to find out our final Copa participant for this summer momentarily. As mentioned earlier today, it was Canada booking the second to last ticket with their 2-0 victory against Trinidad. The game was goalless for 60 minutes before Canada took the lead through Kyle Larin in the 61st. They put it away with Jacob Schaffelberg in the 91st. On Thursday, of course, in the Concacaf Nations League semifinals, it was the U.S. outlasting Jamaica 3-1 in extra time. Jamaica held the lead throughout that game until the U.S. equalized with virtually the last kick of normal time, and then scored twice in the extra period to take that semifinal. And then Mexico advanced to the final with a 3-0 victory over Panama later on Thursday. So those two will meet in the Nations League final tomorrow across the Dallas Metroplex at AT&T Stadium. Also tomorrow night, the 3rd place match prior to the final at 6 o'clock Eastern. That will see Panama taking on Jamaica. But none of these participants and none of these fans who have packed into Toyota Stadium tonight are thinking about those matches tomorrow. They are completely focused on this one today. You see Honduras in their white and blue kits, and Costa Rica in their trademark red and blue. And so much at stake for both of these teams, all of these players. Legacies on the line. This match will be remembered, possibly for generations in these two countries. And the question is, how will it be remembered in each? Because in one, it will be remembered as one of their biggest and fondest triumphs in their country's history, and in the other, it's one they'll prefer to forget. Now here they come onto the pitch to a big applause and ovation from this packed crowd. You see a heavy Honduras presence in the stands today. There are plenty of Costa Rica supporters as well, but it is largely a sea of blue. These Hondurans have come from all around the country to support their team today. This is a rivalry that means so much to both countries. Costa Rica do consider themselves rivals with the United States and Mexico as well. For Honduras, they consider Costa Rica their biggest rival, period. So both of these countries and the media in both nations have counted down to this match eagerly for the last 4 months since this matchup was determined after the Nations League quarterfinals last November. So the two teams have lined up. In just a moment, we'll hear the national anthems, and then we'll give you your starting 11s and kick things off. It is Costa Rica, it's Honduras, the Clásico Centroamericano. It's rarely meant more. It's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Costa Rica.
Damas y caballeros, favor de ponerse de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Costa Rica.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Honduras.
Por favor, permanezca de pie para el himno nacional de Honduras.
Whether you have an allegiance to either of these countries, Jerry Bankston placing the ball down at the center spot. Honduras will kick things off tonight. They're in the white and blue, moving from left to right. Costa Rica in the red and blue, from right to left. There is Ismail El Fath, ready to blow the opening whistle. And we are in motion in Frisco, Texas. This classic Central American rivalry has arguably never meant more. The winner qualifies for Copa America this summer. Booming Honduras chants from the crowd early on. Jerry Bankston after that. Again, there are plenty of Costa Rican supporters here too, but it is heavily in Honduras' favor. It is a corner in the opening minute. The first of the match, outswung, knotted down and cleared by Costa Rica. Michael Chirinos goes down, and the foul is given. Free kick for Honduras. Quite an opening 50 seconds. The book on these two teams is that Costa Rica are in theory the more skillful side, Honduras the more physical. That was certainly something Costa Rican players played up in the build-up to this match. Free kick here for Costa Rica. Kenneth Vargas, who's not in the starting 11, he's on the bench to start this game, but he told the Costa Rican press earlier this week, it's clear that Honduras is a more physical team than us, but we have much more quality than them. If we play smarter and don't go crazy because of the quality we have, we're going to get the result. Manfred Ugalde, who is starting for Costa Rica tonight, said something similar. He said, we're characterized by good football, by having technical, fast, and quality players. He said Honduras only relies on the strength and speed of its players. Well, we'll see. Honduras will have plenty to say about all of that. Gustavo Alfaro from Argentina. He's had a long and winding managerial career. He's managed 18 different clubs and countries. He's managed Boca Juniors in San Lorenzo, 2 Giants in Argentina. He was Ecuador's manager for a few years before taking over Costa Rica late last year. Honduras with a chance to pile forward here. Andy Najar, their captain. Gets the return touch and continues his run. Bit of a heavy touch subsequently, and it was tackled away from him. This will be a Honduran throw. They take it quickly. Looped into the middle. Here comes Keylor Navas. He punches. Looked like he had an opportunity to catch it. You wouldn't think nerves would be an issue for a 37-year-old who's played in so many crucial matches for club and country. Played for years for PSG, of course, in Paris. Many Champions League games. But maybe even he's nervous on a night like this. You wouldn't blame him. It's Honduras who have started with a lot of the possession and all of the pressure so far. And what feels and sounds a lot like a home match for them. Alvarez appeared in 20 games for Honduras, and he and Davy Flores and Edwin Rodriguez forming a midfield trio at the start of this game. Many in the Honduran press felt that that was Honduras' best chance, missing one of their top strikers to injury. They've had several other injuries and absences, players that they would have loved to have called on for this game but haven't been able to. But their midfield intact, their first choice midfield. Well, that's given away. Chance for Costa Rica to make them pay now. It's Alvaro Zamora. Zamora forced wide. Stays on his feet. Kept in play. Najar able to track back and take it away. Now Honduras could break. Racing over to slam it out, Pablo Arboy. The Honduran press feeling if Honduras were going to win this game, that midfield had to dominate. So far, Honduras have dictated the possession over the opening 5 minutes, outside of that giveaway a moment ago. Early olays from the Honduran fans. Back to Jonathan Royer. Royer's 36 years old. Again, his first cap, his first call-up with Honduras, just naturalized recently. Plenty of experience, but not in this jersey. Not on this stage. What a time for your first cap. Nahar, slick play. Honduras looking really confident with this start. Costa Rica looked so disjointed against Panama in November when they lost 6-1 on aggregate over those 2 legs in the Nations League quarterfinal. But Gustavo Alfaro had just taken over 10 days prior, so he'd hardly had time to work with the team. They've made it clear that his job is safe, no matter the result of today, that they're just starting their process with him. They might have a chance to break here. Just a couple red shirts forward. Now some numbers joining for the Ticos, and that's struck from distance and beaten away. First save for Jonathan Royer. Corner for Costa Rica. Orlando Gallo saw it open up in front of him. Decided to take an early crack. Decent hit. Royer didn't take any chances. First corner for Los Ticos. Taken by Jefferson Brenes. And headed well wide. Behind Julio Cascante, who plays for Austin FC in MLS. Ronaldo Rueda from Colombia managed Honduras to the 2010 World Cup. He's also managed Ecuador, Chile, club sides like Flamengo, who are giants in Brazil. Atlético Nacional, he won a Copa Libertadores with them, the South American Club Championship in 2016. He's naturalized as a Honduran citizen back in 2011. Came back to the national team last year. Down the right side, that's much too strong, and a goal kick for Costa Rica. Costa Rica playing out of the back. Honduras trying to apply the press. It's one of those midfield duels. No foul, play on. So Honduras win that particular duel. And allows them to attack with Edwin Rodriguez. Rodriguez serving it to the penalty spot. Backheeled for a one-time strike. Oh, that's special. That's Michael Chirinos. What a moment for him. What a moment for Honduras. Los Catrachos catch Costa Rica and take the advantage in this Copa America play-in. And it came from that midfield duel that they won. But boy, that's not a simple chance for Chirinos. What a backheel flick to him by Jerry Bankston. But Chirinos still had so much to do. Watch Bankston, his back's to goal. This is all he can do with this. Flick it backwards to his teammate. Look at this hit. And Keylor Navas, with all his experience, all his decoration, all his pedigree, no chance. 1-0 Honduras. Honduras feeling themselves now with that bicycle kick, but a high boot from Davy Flores on the follow-through, and he's penalized for that. Ismail Elfath is not willing to listen to him protest either. Free kick for Costa Rica, who have looked a little rattled by this environment early on, and now they've been rocked by a big early punch. Fred Ugalde claiming he was kicked in the face. Well, Costa Rica felt they should have had a foul in the lead up to that Honduras goal. Now they get a free kick that Honduras felt they should not. Can they take advantage? Swung in, flicked along, save made, rebound is there. The flag stays down. Costa Rica punch right back. Tico's toughness, 1-1 in the 12th minute, and this game is living up to the billing so far. Good delivery from Jefferson Brenes, flicked along smartly. Initial save was made. Nothing Jonathan Royer could do about the rebound. And it was Gallo who put it home. A couple times in these early stages, Royer has chosen to punch instead of catch, and his punch went straight to the waiting Gallo. They will check this, of course, to make sure Gallo was onside when that initial shot was struck. See Ismail Elfath motioning everybody to wait while VAR confirms that that was onside. The reaction from the Honduras fans to the VAR check being announced on the video board. They obviously hope this goal might get wiped out and they might keep their lead. Nervous wait for Gustavo Alfara on that Costa Rican bench. Check complete, goal confirmed. It is 1-1 in this Copa America play-in. Well, after 4 months of hype and build-up between these two nations, games like this often don't live up to all of that. This one is already. Here's the official look, just onside Orlando Gallo when that initial ball is flicked back. Old cliche about fine margins. very true there. Well, there's been no easing into this game. Quarter of an hour gone, 1 goal each. Chirinos in the 10th, Gallo in the 12th. A rivalry that has been razor thin over the generations. It's appropriate that this one is equal in the early stages as well. All time, Costa Rica have beaten Honduras 23 times. Honduras have beaten Costa Rica 22. They've drawn 25 times as well. Of course, Honduras would love to even up that all-time series today. Over the top. Easy this time for Royer. Early possession heavily in Honduras' favor. It's not necessarily what we expected coming in. It's still early. Free kick Honduras. Well, now what? Both teams have landed those early punches. I think that long VAR check after the second goal helped calm this game down a bit. Who will reignite it next? Headed back by Raul Santos. It's interesting to see Honduras wanting to keep this tempo high. They really feel they can ride this partisan crowd that's mostly in their favor. They ignited it with that Michael Chirinos goal. Then Gallo silenced them again just 2 minutes later. Now a free kick for Costa Rica. Costa Rica's federation has been pretty open about the fact that making Copa America this year, that's again simple for Royer, making it to Copa America would make a huge difference to their finances. Income from classification really help out a federation that has a bit of debt to clear. It's not a good ball. Costa Rica could come forward. Zamora, no foul. Nahar, really good ball. Clipped away though and taken back by Gallo. Mentioned in the open, Costa Rica have played in Copa America 5 times, Honduras once. Somebody's going back there this summer. Crossed to the penalty spot and looped over the bar. It was a good opportunity for Manfred Ugalde, and he's upset at himself. In space. Not far out. Could have done better. Good movement down the left. Whipped in by Zamora. And Ugalde just didn't get up in time. Forward from Cascante, and then Ugalde is fouled. Davy Flores, who gave away the free kick that led to the goal as well. I think he's being warned by Ismail Elfath. His next foul will be a card. Davy Flores, a key member of that midfield for Honduras. Honduras have always enjoyed playing in the U.S. when they've had the opportunity. Neutral site games, in other words, when not playing against the United States. Only lost once in 7 prior games on American soil against countries not named the United States. You see the kind of support they get to travel to watch them here. You can understand why. Slowly advancing up the pitch via throw-ins. Still going down this left side. Chance to cross. Rigoberto Rivas. He's headed the wrong direction, had to pull it back. This is Wesley Decas, who's made this long run down the right side. Now the whistle goes against Andy Nahar. Most players on both of these squads play domestically in Costa Rica and Honduras. This will be another free kick for the Ticos. A lot of this Costa Rican squad play for Saprissa, the most successful Costa Rican club. That foul committed by Edwin Rodriguez. Many of the Honduras players play for Motagua, one of the more successful Honduran clubs. Just a sprinkling of players who play in the United States or Europe. Keylor Navas being the most famous of those for Costa Rica. It's intercepted. And then wanting the ball to his feet was Jerry Bankston. His teammate thought otherwise. Over midway through this first half. Goals 2 minutes apart from Chirinos and then Gallo. A play-in game that has to have a winner today, so if we're level after 90 minutes, we'd have extra time and possibly penalties. Good switch out to the left. Joseph Mora. And now a free kick for Costa Rica in a similar spot to the one that produced their goal. Nahar giving this one away. So Jefferson Brenes getting ready to swing another one in. It's that flick on that led to the goal the first time around. See if he aims for that similar spot just inside the 18. Brenes going back post this time and just wide. Another strong delivery, another chance for Costa Rica. Arboin just missed that far post. Now this is an issue for Honduras. They're going to have to figure out over the remaining 65 minutes of this match. They give this one away too. Costa Rica looking much more confident now. Not the best cross from Warren Madrigal. Now it's Honduras who need to steady themselves a bit. can see Davy Flores motioning to his teammates to calm down. 25 minutes in. Brenes fouled. Rivas whistled this time. Starting to settle a bit more into the pattern we expected coming in. Costa Rica having a bit more of the ball, playing it along the deck. Honduras being physical. Chased down by Madrigal. Chirinos with an excellent tackle. Scored the goal at the other end spectacularly. Perfect challenge there. Harold Taylor, just his second cap for Costa Rica, 22 years old. Takes the deep throw. Flicked on, foul goes against Costa Rica. It's the kind of game where you don't need to say a lot. Pictures and sounds do most of the work on a night like this. Another free kick coming for Costa Rica. Those are starting to pile up now. It's Nahar. I think he's getting the warning now from Ismail Elfath, who I'm sure was well aware coming into this match of how emotional and heated this game would be. I think we're seeing him over this opening half hour trying to manage the game and trying to avoid handing out cards left and right. A couple Honduran players are on their last warning now. This one a little bit further out than the previous two that caused so much trouble for Honduras. It's still in a pretty inviting spot for Jefferson Brenes. That time Honduras handle it. Tracked by Zamora. Lifts it back into the mix. And headed just wide. That wasn't too far away from Warren Madrigal. The goalkeeper, Jonathan Royer, was concerned for a moment. See just how close this was. Yet another free kick. Davy Flores, and now he is going to go into the book. First player caution tonight. You always wonder and worry about emotions on a night like this. It's so important to keep 11 players on the pitch for your team. Flores will have to walk that line now. Plays for Toronto FC in Major League Soccer. One of those key figures in the center of the park for Honduras. They don't want to lose him. Jefferson Brenes. Lots of set-piece practice in this first half. This one more central. And the whistle. Nope, no whistle. Play on. Whistle must have come from the crowd. Honduras able to scramble it away. Just one player forward for them. It's mopped up simply. Honduras fans have a long history with Keylor Navas. They let him hear it. And they're frustrated at the fouls going against their side. Another one here. Honduras can't keep giving Costa Rica this many opportunities to put dangerous set pieces into the box. Already paid for it once, almost paid for it a second time. So this time it will be Brenes from the opposite side of the pitch. Initial flick was one. Came to the top of the box. I think Gallo wanted it left. He was going to hit that first time, but his teammate took it first. All the way back for Navas. Keeps bouncing along. Might fall for Costa Rica. It does. Squirming wide from Madrigal. Royer will try to settle things down, but he plays it out quickly instead. Nahar. Scoop down this right side. Just one player in the box to aim for, and Chirinos does about the best he could under the circumstances and wins a corner. Honduras started the game on top, scored first, gave up the equalizer. They've been on their back foot since. Chance for them to reassert themselves. Just over half an hour in. Trying to play peacemaker again. Good luck. Referees' jobs are never easy. Certainly not on a night like this. Edwin Rodriguez will take the outswinger. Bounces all the way through the box. Costa Rica get away with that. Nahar. Back to Royer. Given away. Honduran fans screaming for a free kick. They don't get one. Brenes won it fairly, says Ismail Elfath. Whoever wins this goes to Copa America this summer into a group with Brazil, Paraguay, and Colombia. The loser will sit at home and watch enviously. Probably won't watch at all. Oof. That was calm from Royer. Good combination play through the midfield by Honduras. That's what they want to see. Midfield has to click again for them. Play on. The spare man down the left, and they use him. It's Luis Vega with two around him. He's trying to deflect it off one of them for a corner. It's a goal kick instead. 10 minutes of the opening 45 remaining. Chirinos in the 10th for Honduras, Gallo in the 12th for Costa Rica. The unofficial stats that we're looking at, that is the 13th foul that Honduras have committed in this first half. Costa Rica have been whistled for 3. Again, Honduras had the reputation of being the more physical of these teams. Brenes. Honduras not pressing at all, sitting back at the moment. Every Costa Rican touch greeted with boos and whistles from the Honduran fans. Last time these two met was in 2021. Over the top, flag stays down. Royer takes. Madrigal was the target. Poked free. Honduras have it. Chirinos. Been their best player so far. Now he has a free kick. So after Costa Rica have had all those opportunities to put free kicks into Honduras's area, Honduras will have the chance to do the same. Chirinos did well to shield that ball. It was Brenes who was taking all those free kicks, giving this one away. Swung in. Back post. Saved by Navas. Out for a corner. And there's Bankston against Navas, the first big chapter in the renewal of that long-standing rivalry tonight. And it's Navas who makes the stop. Jerry Bankston, 36 years old. Keylor Navas, 37. Subsequent corner. Short to the angle. And then headed away. Still fall for Honduras. Hacked back up into the air. And now a free kick for Honduras. Zamora. They get back underway. Honduras starting to build some momentum again. Great ebb and flow to this first half. To the end line, too heavy from Rivas. Long balls traded back and forth. Then Costa Rica get it on the deck with Ugalde, who's dispossessed by Chirinos. who continues to be excellent for Honduras. 40 minutes played, 5+ stoppage time to go until half. Will somebody grab the lead before then? Excellent tackle. Pablo Arboin. Costa Rica throw. Costa Rica calmly working it between the lines, and they have a free kick. Wesley Decas called for that one. Costa Rica took it fast. Didn't really work. Andy Nahar was alert to it. Mora then to the edge of the box. Nahar this time on the receiving end of the foul. Andy Nahar, one of the more senior members of this Honduras squad. 47th cap for the national team. That's the third most on this side that's been picked for this game by Reynaldo Rueda. Gustavo Alfaro, meanwhile, looking on for Costa Rica. Honduras winning it high up the pitch. Jorge Alvarez. The overlap. And the cross goes across the face, and there was nobody there in white. Tracked down by Chirinos on the other side. Rivas stayed down. Honduran fans hollering for some kind of sanction for that. Alvarez forced out wide after he won the ball. Ooh. You see that replay. Rivas does get taken out by the back leg of the defender well after the ball had gone. It's one of those that sometimes is a penalty, sometimes isn't. Not sure if VAR will intervene. They won't. On we go. To the edge of the box. And that cross flies over everybody. Interesting half to try to analyze. Honduras started so well even before they scored that world-class goal with Chirinos. And then Costa Rica hitting back just 2 minutes later. And they had a good spell of about 15 minutes where they were on top. A couple decent chances to take the lead. Considering how they started, I think Costa Rica would be pretty happy to get to half at 1-1. The free kick for Honduras, though. It's really gone in 15-minute increments. Maybe 10. Honduras first, then Costa Rica. Honduras have had the better of the last 10, 12, 14 minutes or so. They're still pressing to retake the lead before the break. Edwin Rodriguez to the penalty spot, defended well. Jerry Bankston was hoping it would reach him. Costa Rica hoped for a counterattack. It was tracked really well. Joseph Mora ran out of room. See how much stoppage time we'll have at the end of this first half. 2 minutes is the answer.
Additional time, 2 minutes.
Tiempo adicional de 2 minutos.
Calvo. Good ball. In traffic. It allows Ugalde to continue on. Manfred Ugalde. And Ugalde against a defender. Shouts for handball against Costa Rica, and it is given against Costa Rica, as it rebounded up off of Ugalde's hand. Nervous moments for Honduras, though. Costa Rica creating something out of nothing. It looked like they were penned in at midfield against that near touchline. Suddenly they were in the box. Flipped along at the other end for Honduras. Really good surface here at Toyota Stadium. We're into the final minute of the first half. Costa Rica's turn to attack. Warren Madrigal wanted the return ball played to him as he was overlapping. Didn't get it. Now Honduras didn't take advantage of the chance to break. Back come Costa Rica into the box with Ugalde by the end line. Just has to keep it in play. Taken by Zamora. On from Mora. Still Mora. Probably the final whistle of the first half. First card for Costa Rica as well. Alvaro Zamora into the book in the final minute of stoppage time. He just wanted to make sure that Honduras didn't spring away on a dangerous counter at the end of the half. That is the last action of the first half in this latest and biggest edition of the Clásico Centroamericano. It started with a bang for Honduras. The 10th minute goal by Michael Chirinos. Costa Rica only needed 2 minutes to answer back as Gallo put home a rebound. Teams traded chances after that. And so with 45 gone and at least 45 to go in this Copa America play-in game, this rivalry match, so much at stake in front of a great crowd in Frisco. It's Honduras 1, Costa Rica 1.
The official energy partner of the Concacaf Nations League.
Well, hope you caught your breath for a few minutes there at halftime. We're just coming out of halftime here in Frisco, Texas. Costa Rica, Honduras, 1-1. After a nearly breathless opening 45. In this winner-take-all Copa America play-in match. What did Gustavo Alfaro and Reinaldo Rueda have to say to their respective sides during that brief break? It was a first half that ebbed and flowed. Both teams were on top for certain periods. Honduras were only on top on the scoreline for 2 minutes. Here we go again, second 45. If we're still level after 90 minutes, we'd have extra time and possibly penalties. Somebody has to win tonight. Somebody's going on to Copa America to play against Brazil and others this summer. The other will go home and watch from home. Early throw for Honduras, who took the lead spectacularly in the 10th minute with Michael Chirinos' rocket from outside the box. Costa Rica hit back 2 minutes later. The rebound goal from Orlando Gallo. This big crowd still filing back in. Honduras early cross in. Allowed to bounce, another throw. One thumping out, and it will be a corner. Honduras had 3 corners in the first half to just 1 for Costa Rica. So this will be number 4 for Los Catrachos. Now the referee signaling throw in. It looked like the linesman on the far side had signaled for a corner. I wasn't sure if that ball went out on one side of the flag or the other. So on we go. And it's taken back by Alvaro Zamora, but then it ran away from him. Choppy and slightly more subdued start to this second half than we saw in a very emotionally charged early stage of the first half. This capacity crowd who were packed in at the start of the game, it will be packed again in a few minutes. A lot of them still making their way back to their seats. Chance for Costa Rica now, looking for their first lead of the night. Attempt to cross by Gerald Taylor, but sent right back at him. Taylor able to skip past one, looking for space to deliver a ball in, goes down. Nothing given. Goal kick. One card shown to either side in the first half. Davy Flores playing on a yellow for Honduras. Alvaro Zamora on a yellow for Costa Rica. Game between two historic, traditional Central American rivals. Seen plenty of bad tempers over the years. A match of this magnitude, both teams desperate to keep 11 on the pitch. Nicely done. Andy Najar, the captain. Now they look to slice through the lines, Honduras. Skipping around challenges, Edwin Rodriguez left it for Najar, who continues on. Still Najar, hammering across. It's blocked by Francisco Calvo, stays in play. Najar goes again. Najar still, right through the middle. Nobody in white could get their boot to it. It was behind Gary Bankston. Honduras on top in the early stages of this second half, just as they were early in the first half. They win it back. Crowd urging to shoot. Najar wanted to. Now to his left. Flag stays down. Around the corner it goes, and the cross is way, way overhit. Edwin Rodriguez surge of adrenaline that was a little bit too strong for his own good. Look at this, though, from Andy Nahar. Honduras just didn't have enough bodies crashing the 6-yard box there. There was really only Bengtson to aim for. Nobody else was taking a chance to try to get on the end of that. Honduras winning those midfield battles early in the second half. Chirinos, who scored that lightning strike in the first. Rodriguez, Chirinos this time. This time, straight at Keylor Navas. He couldn't do it again, could he? He tried. Again, he caught it well. See the possession in Costa Rica's favor. We expected that. Long ball. Too long. Goal kick. Costa Rica have started both halves slowly. And this heavily pro-Honduran crowd, many of them have found their way back to their seats and found their voices again. Foul was called against Costa Rica there. You can hardly hear the whistle. Which, if you love this sport and love atmospheres like this, is always a good sign. Taken down by Bengtson. Jorge Alvarez, Andy Nahar, Edwin Rodriguez. Rodriguez just beyond. Navas in a sporting moment with Chirinos. Nothing Navas could do about Chirinos' goal in the 10th minute. Looks like he's having to deal with some kind of laser pointer. Calmly allowed to run all the way out. This is a goal kick. Very calm from Luis Vega. As Manfred Ugalde gave chase. Yeah, Keylor Navas, nothing he could do about Chirinos' thunderbolt in the 10th minute. Made a really good save from a Jerry Bengtson volley later in the half to keep it at 1-1. These two sides met in the third-place match in the first Concacaf Nations League a few years ago. So this will be a free kick for Costa Rica. Honduras won that on penalties after a 2-2 draw over 90 minutes. But this one tonight means a whole lot more to both teams, to both programs, to both countries than a third-place medal ever would. This would be one of the more significant wins in this rivalry for whoever wins it. Jefferson Brenes. Toward that back post. It's flicked back. Might be a chance. Still rattling around. Shouts for handball from Costa Rica. Half-hearted. Really, it was just one player claiming it. Ugalde striking it against a wall of white and blue shirts. Costa Rica caused issues from their set pieces in the first half. They scored their goal from one of them. They were a more kind deflection away from scoring another there. Told you in the first half, Jonathan Royer in goal for Honduras tonight. It's his first ever appearance for Honduras at age 36. That's given away. What can Costa Rica do with this? And keep it first by the midfield strike. Pablo Arboin, Jefferson Brenes. Minutes into the second half. Julio Cascante. Space in the middle for Zamora. And then Ugalde trying to thread it through. Ugalde wins it back. Thought he was tripped. Play on. Costa Rica bench irate that there wasn't a foul. See the scores: Chirinos for Honduras, Gallo for Costa Rica. This is knotted back. Chance for Madrigal. It's there. It's a Tico turnaround in Texas. They trailed early. Now Costa Rica lead 2-1 in this winner-take-all. They may be outnumbered tonight, but now it's the Costa Rica supporters who are making all the noise. Excellent flick back. What a hit. We've seen some excellent strikes tonight. First Chirinos for Honduras early on. The back flick from Ugalde. Madrigal arriving and piled it off the underside of the bar. Sweet, sweet strike. Has to feel sweet for Warren Madrigal. Just his third appearance for Costa Rica. His first goal for his country. It's a night to make a name for yourself, and he just did. Now, Honduras trailing for the first time this evening. To answer right back. Bouncing ball in the area. And it's a goal kick. Valiant effort by Rigoberto Rivas trying to win a corner. Things to ponder for Reinaldo Rueda. Neither manager has made a change yet tonight. In a game that had been virtually level throughout, and Honduras' lead lasted less than 2 minutes in the first half. Costa Rica's is already lasted longer than that. This is the time in the match, especially when you've fallen behind now, that you start to think about making changes. This is also where a veteran and massively experienced keeper like Keylor Navas will start to use all of his tricks now that his side have the lead. Important for Honduras not to panic and to just manage these next few minutes, you feel. Don't have to press too much. Don't have to feel too pressured by this partisan crowd that's supporting them. They still have over half an hour remaining. Can't give up a third goal. This will be a corner for Costa Rica. Costa Rica piling all those red shirts on top of the penalty spot. They'll all break formation and head to different spots, I'm sure. Near post, again causing lots of issues for Honduras. It's going to come back at them, but now play is stopped. Much to Costa Rica's frustration, but Honduras have a player down. It's difficult to see the full number. It looked like Luis Vega. This was the goal. Scooped ball. Intelligent flick back from Ugalde. Outstanding strike from Madrigal. Had to wait for it to come down. That is so difficult a technique. So tough to keep that kind of bouncing ball down. It is Vega grabbing that right shoulder. Lots to be concerned about now for Reinaldo Rueda. He's been through plenty of intense atmospheres. He's managed in big derbies with Flamengo, Atlético Nacional. Mentioned he won the Copa Libertadores in 2016. Managed in the World Cup for Honduras. Managed the Colombian national team. He has a puzzle to try to solve now. Costa Rica looking for a 2-goal advantage from distance. That's deflected. That's 3. Brenes claiming it. Costa Rica in command. Jefferson Brenes telling the Honduran fans to be quiet. Costa Rica have done plenty to quiet them since falling behind early. Yeah, it deflected off Raul Santos and left Jonathan Royer completely stranded. Quite a response by Costa Rica after falling behind. They looked rattled in the first 10 minutes. Now they're in a commanding position. Still time for Honduras if they could score the next goal, of course. But a steep climb for them now. Remember, Honduras started the night. They're going to have to clear all this trash off that corner of the pitch. Not exactly being helped by all of that. The problem for Honduras, I mentioned at the start of the night, they are missing a lot of their normal attacking players. And that's why we said, that's why the Honduran press said in the lead up to this match that if they were going to win this game, it had to come from the midfield. Jerry Bankston is withdrawn. Brian Roches scored a brilliant goal against Mexico in the Nations League quarterfinal back in November. He comes on now. So too does David Ruiz Ochoa. Honduras have got to try to rebuild themselves here and find a way back into this. They have a free kick with 25 minutes to go. Not a great first touch from Ruiz Ochoa. Costa Rica now can stretch Honduras on the break. It is Brenes' goal, by the way. That was pretty clear from that replay we saw. That's confirmed in the box score. So Gallo in the 12th, Madrigal in the 57th, Brenes in the 62nd. 2 goals 5 minutes apart for Costa Rica, untying what had been a 1-1 game at half. After Michael Chirinos had scored first for Honduras. Free kick for the Contrachos. Davy Flores feeling the back of his head. Want another free kick here, Honduras, and they'll get one by that near touchline. Cascante penalized. Not a smart foul to give away. In command of the game. Don't want to be handing out attacking free kicks. Into the box it goes. Flick toward the backside. Chased down by Rivas. Serves it across again. And then hammered wide. Didn't matter. The whistle had gone anyway. Foul against Luis Vega. Change being readied by Gustavo Alfaro in Costa Rica, and it is the veteran Joel Campbell, and also Axel Quiroz. Costa Rica will make that change at the next stoppage, midway through the second half. There's 2 goals in 5 minutes. Tamp down the Honduran atmosphere here. Here come Quiroz and Campbell. Campbell comes on for Alvaro Zamora. Gerald Taylor, the other player, withdrawn for Costa Rica. Quiroz is a defender. Costa Rica started the night with a 3-man backline, remember? So this is a solidifying move by Gustavo Alfaro, along with the striker Joel Campbell. Can certainly poach a goal up front if presented the opportunity. And he wins a free kick with his first involvement of the night. It's hard to believe Campbell's only 31. It feels like he's been around forever. This is his 132nd cap with Costa Rica. Scored 27 times for them, currently playing in Costa Rica with Alajuelense. Formerly of Arsenal, of course, among many others. Free kick near post. Trying to flick it along was Pablo Arboin. Costa Rica continuing to cause issues with those set pieces. They give away a foul here. 70 minutes in, 20 to go, plus stoppage time. Can Honduras make the end of this game uncomfortable for Costa Rica? Or can Costa Rica cruise into Copa America this summer? It's another needless free kick for Costa Rica to give away. They've done that a couple times in the last few minutes. Honduras are going to have to make something of these set pieces sometime soon, you suspect. They take this one quickly. Chirinos toward the penalty spot. Nobody really there in white. It's been an issue for Honduras. Not enough bodies in the box to aim for and cause danger when they put those balls in. Corner taken short. Chirinos fronted by 3 red shirts. Spread to that right side. Poor first touch by Rivas. Easy to mop up for Francisco Calvo. Taken down neatly by Nahar. Clip toward the penalty spot. Big chance. Blocked by a wall of red shirts and then repelled again. Roches had it fall to him. He hammered it. Couldn't morph it through that wall of bodies, though. A little bit of pressure being put on by Honduras now. Desperate for that next goal. The fans starting to rouse themselves again, trying to rally their side. Foul given away by them, however. Gallo happy to take the tumble as he was contacted by Ruiz. Fantastic crowd, terrific atmosphere tonight. The final spot in Copa America 2024 at stake between these two classic Central American rivals. Mentioned in the first half, all-time Costa Rica 23 wins, Honduras 22 with 25 draws. Right now, Costa Rica on course to extend their all-time lead to 24-22. More importantly, to face down Brazil, along with Paraguay and Colombia, Copa America this summer. Costa Rica eager to return to a big stage after missing out on the World Cup, being surpassed a bit by the likes of Panama in Concacaf. Remember, got hammered 6-1 by Panama on aggregate over 2 legs in the Nations League quarterfinal to drop them into this play-in game. Campbell. There in red this time for that cross. Given away on the edge of the box, though, by Honduras. Campbell again. First time ball. Kept in play, but then taken by Royer. It's a good kick by Royer and a decent flick on as well. Chirinos, though, muscled off it by Julio Cascante. Honduras looking for a route forward. That won't be it. Well played by Calvo. Frustration for the Honduran supporters. Campbell. Quiroz. into the final 15 in Frisco. Nahar switching play a bit errantly. Hung along that touchline and stayed in for Chirinos. Costa Rica content to drop back now. Try to pick Honduras off on the break. Possession for Honduras now, but they've got to make it count. Have to find a way through these red shirts. Have to find that next goal soon. Chirinos. Rodriguez. Chirinos after it. Couldn't get there in time. Goal kick. He opened the scoring so spectacularly in the 10th, Michael Chirinos. Gallo answered just 2 minutes later on the rebound from a set piece. Yeah, that's the status for Honduran fans right now. Costa Rican supporters quietly confident. Keylor Navas, predictably unhurried. Costa Rica looked for a foul. They didn't get it. Ochoa. Nahar. Ran away from Roches. Hit with the left. Rising over the bar from Rodriguez. Tomorrow, remember, the Nations League third place match at 6 o'clock Eastern between Jamaica and Panama, and then the Nations League final, 9:15 Eastern from AT&T Stadium in Dallas. What an atmosphere that'll be between Mexico and the United States. The U.S. looking for their third straight Concacaf Nations League crown, trying to remain the only nation to win it. Just its third edition. Mexico looking for their first, looking to get back on top of CONCACAF. This one not done yet. Earlier today, Canada had to sweat, but beat Trinidad 2-0 to book their ticket to Copa America. Costa Rica at the moment on course to do the same. Luis Vega. Costa Rica dropping deeper and deeper. Rodriguez tackled fairly. Play continues. Chirinos. Still Chirinos. Almost fell to Roches. Throw in for Honduras. Roches plays in Portugal. Ronaldo Rueda still has plenty of players available off the bench. Sticking with what he has for now. Decas. This is becoming a little errant for Honduras. All the way back to Royer. Into the final 10 of the 90. It's going to have to happen soon for Honduras if it's going to happen at all. They're going to maintain their chances of qualifying for Copa America. Chirinos. Rodriguez couldn't get there, Campbell could. Royer just has to come out and boot it away. That suits Costa Rica just fine. Clock and scoreline firmly in their favor. Axel Quiroz was sportingly handed the ball by a Honduran substitute to try to get play moving again. He took the chance to steal about 10 yards and motion a bunch to his teammates. Free kick Costa Rica, much to Honduras and their fans' frustration. Gallo 12, Madrigal 57, Brenes 62. The goal scorers and minutes for Costa Rica after Chirinos in the 10th electrified this crowd, briefly gave Honduras an early lead. Jefferson Brenes, who's helped turn this game around. Another set-piece delivery for him toward the back stick. Almost fell for Julio Cascante. Honduras had everybody back defending. They need to get bodies forward. By the time they do, Costa Rica able to hustle back. This will be chased after by Roches, but he won't get there. And again, this is where all the injuries and absences that Honduras have suffered in the build-up to this match really hurt them. Douglas Martinez and Derrickson Vuelto will come on for them. Chirinos, the goal scorer, goes off. He played extremely well tonight, but ran out of steam. Rigoberto Rivas also removed. Douglas Martinez plays for Indy 11, USL Championship in the U.S. Costa Rica's 11, who are 7 minutes away from Copa America. All going according to plan for Costa Rica. This clock melting down nicely from their standpoint. Honduras not able to create a lot. Booting balls into touch, which is allowing Costa Rica to take their time. Saw Reinaldo Rueda pointing to his watch, the Honduran head coach, encouraging the referee to add on time. We'll see. Navas. There's a little confusion in the ranks there for Costa Rica, and right down the middle, Navas has to come out and smother. Well, he caused that issue. The ball that confused his teammates and almost gave Honduras a route back into this game. Roches was onside there too. If he could have found his way onto the end of that, that would have counted. That is a very clear foul against Manfred Ugalde. The easier calls Ismail Elfath has had to make tonight. Manfred Ugalde said in the build-up to this game that Costa Rica had to be able to risk their lives to win this game. They haven't quite had to do that. Might have felt that way after 10 minutes. How hot this pro-Honduras crowd was when Honduras took the lead. It was so important that they answer right back, and they did exactly that. This is a throw for Honduras. Two more changes for Costa Rica. This will be Kenneth Vargas and Anthony Contreras. Well, Vargas looks like a fortune teller now. He raised a lot of eyebrows with his comments earlier this week. He's replacing Warren Madrigal, who scored that second goal, the go-ahead goal. Put Costa Rica ahead. They hope for good. Kenneth Vargas, who plays for Millonarios in Colombia, he told the Costa Rican press this week that Honduras may be a more physical team than us, but we have much more quality than them. He said because of the quality we have, we're going to get the result. Well, so far it's turned out exactly as he said. That quality is shown, especially in the second half. First half was very even. That's good work, though, from Decas. Puts the ball back quickly. Three minutes of the 90 remaining. Honduras have got to get balls into the box. Seconds continue to melt away from their standpoint. Rodriguez. Thumped to the edge of the area, flicked along. Settled by Davy Flores. Hasn't been involved enough in the second half from Honduras' perspective. Looking for the overlap. Campbell protects that. This is where having the experience, the savvy of Joel Campbell is a real benefit to Costa Rica late in a game like this. .88 minutes played. Still the goals from Gallo, Madrigal, and Brenes, looking like they'll be enough for Costa Rica tonight in this Copa America play-in. Honduras could still set up a nervous finish for Costa Rica if they could score soon. Easily handled by Quiroz. Taken by Vargas, ran out of room. Since Costa Rica's third goal, Honduras has really only created one opportunity. They will have a corner here, put out by Arboin. Take it quickly. Now the overlap from Nahar. He punches it in, but there's Navas rising to meet it. He and Costa Rica have risen to this occasion in the second half. Still time for Costa Rica to grab a fourth and really rub it in. Strike by Vargas was blocked down. Honduras the other way with Edwin Rodriguez. Again, just doesn't have enough help forward. He is fouled. Approaching stoppage time. How much of it will there be? Honduras perspective, maybe not enough. A nutmeg from Nahar, and Nahar continues on, trying to thread it through. Looking for the penalty, but uninterested was Ismail Elfath, despite the hollers from the Honduran fans. An additional 6 minutes indicated. Honduras have to score twice in that span. Decas. Flores. It's deflected out. Goal kick. Well, here's a look at the penalty shot a moment ago. Very little contact, if any. One more change for Costa Rica, mainly to wind down the clock. Juan Pablo Vargas will replace Joseph Mora. It's been a fairly young Costa Rica side for the most part tonight. Mora, he is 31, but less than 10 appearances for Costa Rica. Young in terms of international experience, you could say. Thanks to the way they've handled this feverish atmosphere. It was mostly against them, especially in the first half, especially when Honduras scored first in such an electrifying way. The way they've handled it all has been very impressive. They were really hurt by that quarterfinal defeat to Panama. Here's Contreras. Contreras into the box. Goal kick. As he tried to round out the scoreline for Costa Rica. Again, that 6-1 aggregate defeat to Panama in the Nations League quarterfinal. Big blow to national pride. Came just 10 days after Gustavo Alfaro had been appointed as head coach. They had quietly told people that they would look different in this game than they did in November, and that they'd had some time to work with their head coach. And they certainly have. Didn't start well. They appear as though they're going to end ideally. And that they will continue to Copa America this summer. This will be a painful one for Honduras and their fans. Certainly represented tonight, but not had a lot to cheer about in the second half. It was 1-1 at the break. It was all in the balance for that 5-minute span, from the 52nd to the 57th to the 62nd minute. Madrigal and then Brenes both scored. Tilt this pendulum appears to be permanently in Costa Rica's favor. Honduran fans heading for the exits, as their side will exit contention for Copa America. Headed along. Still time for them to score a fourth. Again, that was calmly done by Jonathan Royer. His first ever cap for Honduras. Won't be a happy memory like he might have hoped in terms of the scoreline. Ochoa. Rodriguez did well to toe poke it along for Martinez. Costa Rica forced Honduras backward for most of this second half. Rodriguez. Roches. Flores. Into the box and headed wide by a Costa Rican defender. Not quite sure what Julio Cascante was doing there. It is a corner for Honduras in the final minute of additional time. I think he was just trying to head it across the end line. I'm sure he wasn't meaning for it to be that close to Keylor Navas's post. In swinging corner, flicked all the way across. Nobody in white could get on the end of it. Vega was closest. Goal kick, probably the final one of the night. Just haven't had enough attackers taking chances, making late runs into the 6-yard box tonight, Honduras. So we've had the 6 minutes. Keylor Navas, this will be sweet for him and for Costa Rica. It's a historic Ticos triumph. Costa Rica, kings of Central America, and they're going to Copa America this summer at the expense of their biggest rivals.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's final score is Costa Rica 3 and Honduras.
Gustavo Alfaro not celebrating outwardly, but this will feel really good to him. Came under a lot of criticism after that quarterfinal defeat right after he took over in November. He has led them to a win over their ancient soccer enemies tonight. He will lead them against Brazil, Paraguay, and Colombia in Copa America USA this June. Deflating for Honduras, especially with the way they began this game. Andy Najar, their captain, will feel this. Honduras taking the lead so spectacularly on Michael Chirinos' all-timer of a goal. They will always wonder, I think, how this might have turned out if they could have held that lead a little bit longer. Longer than about 90 seconds, as it turned out, as Gallo then equalized in the 12th on the rebound from a free kick. It was still very even the rest of the first half. Honduras had good moments, had a couple chances to retake the lead. And they started the second half pretty well also, Honduras. First 10 minutes of the second half, if anything, maybe shaded by Los Catrachos in white and blue, but that go-ahead goal from Madrigal in the 57th minute swung things permanently, and it was all Costa Rica after that. We'll hear from players on both teams in a moment. We'll have stats and highlights after that. It finishes in this Copa America play-in. Costa Rica 3, Honduras 1.
Bueno, Orlando, han sido momentos complicados para la selección nacional de aquí para atrás. ¿Qué significa para Costa Rica esta clasificación a la Copa América?
Bueno, en realidad significa mucho. El grupo siempre ha estado unido, siempre ha estado fuerte, sin importar las críticas de lo que se habla afuera. Lo más importante es estar unidos y tener la mentalidad fuerte como la tenemos nosotros, como grupo, como familia que somos. Y ahora hay que seguir de aquí para adelante, más para arriba.
Orlando, primer gol en selección nacional,